Hey lovely, I'm going to share some tips on how I sketch faces. So looking at somebody's likeness and drawing it in a 2D simplified style, but still making sure it looks unmistakably like them. And I'm going to kind of share how I get over my fear of a blank canvas and just talk you through my thought process of a lot of the design decisions that I make on how to make a really striking portrait. Today, I'm going to draw Hedy Lamarr, who is a 1940s Hollywood starlet, and I'm gonna do another part video where I'll share like me finishing up her portrait, and I'll share a lot of fun facts about her because she's so fascinating. So I'm excited about that, but more on that later. For now, what I want you to see in this video is just how to get something down on paper and not get too caught up in the details, because it is just gonna make your work stronger in the long run to not get so stuck in those details before you can see the big picture. And yeah, so I think it's gonna be fun. And also just a quick disclaimer, I sped up my drawing like about 2 times just because I wanted to save you time and not have to watch the whole process like forever. But the rough sketch that I'm gonna show you took me about 15 to 20 minutes. This video I think is gonna be about 10. So let's just get started. If you're familiar with my style, you'll see that there are a lot of flowing lines and everything is really clean, but it does not start that way. I have to do a really rough, scratchy sketch, and this helps me to see the big picture before getting caught up in details like blush or sparkles or what have you. So looking at Hedy's expression in these photos, she looks elegant, slightly bored, but also intelligent, and I want to try and capture all of that. So one thing that's so nice about her face is that it's almost perfectly symmetrical. So to show that off, I'm using the middle photo as my pose reference. It's just right straight in the middle, perfectly balanced. And a lot of people, so they start out drawing a sphere when they draw heads, which I think can be helpful if you're just starting out and like learning the basics of human anatomy. But I don't do that anymore because I feel like all my characters start to look the exact same. And by skipping that sphere step, it helps me pay more attention to Hedy's face shape, and it'll help me kind of draw her more accurately and really cater all the line work to her. And I decided to keep the eyes closed with the super long lashes that I love to draw because it feels really elegant. But since they're closed, like I really needed to get the eyebrows just right because they need to convey that bored, intelligent expression. And I don't know, people say eyes are windows to the soul, but I kind of think eyebrows are because they express so much. So one slightly raised, which kind of like gives her that like questioning look, and then the other one's more relaxed, which looks kind of bored. So I was trying kind of hard to figure out what was going on with her hairstyle, but then was forcing myself to not analyze too quickly, because really this phase, it's just about getting those broad strokes down. So like all I needed to draw is just really fluffy hair that's in a triangle shape, and I'll figure out exactly how it's rolling out of her face later. So just kind of roughly putting in where some of these lines are gonna go and, you know, adjusting her neck. Like I tend to draw really, really long necks, which can be super elegant, but also then can turn into an alien looking thing. So I fixed that. Oh, I can share some fun facts about some 1940s fashion. So I love the big shoulder pads that she's wearing in this dress. Because, I don't know, in 1940s fashion, I'm trying to figure out how I want to say it, but basically the clothing from that era for women is really cool. It was during World War II, and so while the men were off fighting, the women held it down and took on most men's jobs, and because of that, their clothing became more masculine, kind of out of necessity. Like functionally, it made sense for them to wear pants or have simpler hemlines that are easier to move in, more comfortable shoes. But shoulder pads, you know, are traditionally male that you'll see in suits, but women started adapting that look and it looks really cool. I love the contrast between like the soft lines of a woman's body, but then like those really strong, angular, that juxtaposition of those shoulder pads. I love it. And then even like in more like fabric and materials were harder to come by because like they needed to be using that for men's like uniforms or like soldiers' uniforms and stuff. So, you know, you had to make sure the silhouette wasn't as fancy because you needed to just simplify it out of necessity. But it's just really cool how, you know, fashion can change based on the times and what's going on in the world. Okay, so with the headdress here, I was not copying it exactly from the picture because I just wanted to simplify it. I think it's gonna help make the piece stronger by not overlapping all the wires or having all the stars overlapping. It's just gonna be a lot cleaner and you'll be able to focus on her face more. So I took some artistic liberties with that and just added the stars where I wanted to add them and added the wires where I wanted to add them, but you can still tell like where I'm drawing my inspiration from. So it's okay like when you're doing a sketch of somebody to not get everything 100% spot on, make those design decisions that's gonna make your piece look stronger and don't feel like you have to get tied to making it look exactly like that person or exactly what they're wearing. Yeah, you don't wanna like change something crazy and like really offend them. But like with the starry headdress, I think I can make some changes and get away with it. Ooh, and it was really fun that she has some star earrings too. Love that detail. Okay, so you'll just see that I basically copied and pasted this sketch because I want to make it feel perfectly symmetrical. So what better way to do that than to just like flip it over. I'm going to make sure the alignment's the exact same, the stars are the exact same. Like symmetry is really striking, so this is going to really help the portrait shine. And back to taking artistic liberties with the necklace, I'm not drawing it exactly how it was in the picture. I'm focusing on making sure that the lines are going to overlap weird with her shirt and have like strange gaps showing or anything like that. I just want to make everything feel as balanced and clean as I can. But here we are, like now you can sort of see how I just muscled my way into making this sketch come onto the canvas. It wasn't clean, but at the end of it, it actually looks good the way that I want it to look. So hopefully this helps you see that the sketch doesn't just magically appear and it takes a bit of grunt work to do it. And I think that's a good place to stop this video, but I'll make sure to upload another one and you can see how I'll finalize my Hedy sketch and add color. And as promised, I'm gonna share some facts about her because she's really so interesting and cool and I'm excited. So if you wanna make sure to get updates on when I upload videos, you can subscribe to my channel. If you don't want to commit to that, no worries. Just like this video if you enjoyed it. I'm always posting new work to Instagram and you can shop my designs on Etsy. All those links are like below. But thanks for watching and I just hope you have the sparkliest of days.